Howdy y'all, welcome to the newlywed edition of the Keg Tap Review. Normally I'd be talking about this only, but 2 Saturdays ago I did it. I tied the knot. I got married to my beautiful wife Sonia. So now I'm a spoken for man, I'm taken. And it's a whole new world for me, I guess. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about with this relatively quick review, and of course to drink this Double Latte, which is a beer camp collaboration between Sierra Nevada and Ninkasi Brewing Company. And it looks pretty amazing from what I'm reading about it. I'm looking forward to giving it a taste. We'll talk about it later. First thing we want to do though, as I said, I was married 2 Saturdays ago, 2 weeks ago roughly. I want to give you a quick recap by way of a slideshow and maybe a few short video clips if I can get them in there as well. So here we go. Enjoy. So now, like I said in the intro, we're going to go through a quick slideshow. I'm going to show you a few things about the wedding, the reception, how it all turned out. It was a big hit with everybody. Everybody loved it. Irv and I each brewed our own batches of beer. He brewed Hennepin by Brewery Amagang. He brewed a clone batch of the Hennepin Saison, or Farmhouse Ale. And I brewed a clone recipe of Pliny the Elder by Russian River Brewing Company. Both of them were huge hits. Basically, from what we were told, spot on to the original recipe, or as close as you could possibly get from any local home brewer. So we were a big hit with that. Now, I had to throw in some macro beer because there's a lot of beer drinkers that were there that, like most of Sonia's family, don't really get into the craft thing, so they don't really know it. So I had Coors Light, Heineken Light, and Corona. I had plenty of it there. We also had other craft beer in bottle available for the crowd. We had Ballast Point Sculpin and Southampton Double White to go along with the beer that Irv had bottled, his Hennepin clone, and mine, which was on tap, the Pliny clone. It was pretty much, a fantastic showing as far as craft beer was concerned, because despite the fact that we had so many people there that weren't craft beer drinkers, I mean, there was a big craft beer contingency there. All of my people, there was plenty of people that loved the IPAs, loved the hops, loved the various craft microbrewed, that kind of thing. We had that, but a lot of Sonia's family and a lot of our mutual friends didn't have that. They weren't craft beer drinkers. I've been trying to turn a lot of people onto that. Luckily, at the end of the night, when it was all said and done, Irv's beer was gone. I mean, done for. It was the hit of the night. I think it was arguably the best beer that we had, and that's because it wasn't as hoppy or as bitter as my Pliny clone. People that have an appreciation for strong IPAs and bitter beer, they loved it. They said it was pretty spot on. But Irv's blew everybody away. I think it was a little easier to drink, and yeah, it disappeared quick. My keg floated the next day as we were doing cleanup crew. On that note, God, that's good. Yummy. My keg floated. His beer gone. At the end of the day, there was still at least a case of Coors Light and Corona, and about a half a case, 12-pack of Heineken Light. So for all that cheap stuff that we thought everybody was going to want to drink, no, they went with our beer. Craft beer won, macro 0. Craft beer wins. Anyway, I have all this beer left over in my house, and I'm like, what am I going to do with all this stuff? And I thought about it, and I was like, well, I could always water my plants, because I have heard that Coors Light is the best tasting water on the planet. Just kidding, y'all. I'll find something to do with it. Anyway, that's the recap. I just wanted to let you guys know that I got married. It was a wonderful wedding. I'm very happy. Sonia and I both. I want to thank everybody that was there to contribute to the wedding, that was there to take part in it, and that was there to help me out put this thing on, because without you guys, I couldn't have done it. Again, thank you much. Love you guys. Cheers. Stay thirsty. Stay different. Or stay different. Stay whatever. And salud. Enjoy. Cheers. Okay, so here's my Pliny clone. I named it Tiny the Welder. I was going to make up a nice logo and label for it, but it's in keg, so who cares? What do I think of it? It is fantastic. And to my comrade Irving, your beer, everybody loved it. It was fantastic. We turned a lot of people on to craft beer yesterday. To that I say cheers. Well, folks, that's all she wrote.